Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the HG Zaku 2 High Mobility Type Psycho Zaku Gundam Thunderbolt Anime version. Well, that is quite a long title for this kit, but I think we'll just call it the Psycho Zaku, just for short, because that is, I think, the easiest way. Anyway, this is quite a kit. The box is very large. I mean, on the front it's the standard HG size box, but it's quite deep, and I can tell very, very full. It's going to be very arduous assembling all the weapons that this kit has. It has a lot of weapons, also comes with a stand, which is nice. So we'll check all of that out here now in the unboxing and then in the subsequent review. So I just want to say a big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store, as always, for sending me this kit. I never assembled the original manga version, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. Obviously, it's a really, really cool design. If you're a fan of Zaku's, then I think it's fair to say that you're probably at least somewhat interested in this design just by just how unique and awesome it is. It's pretty much like a full armor Zaku, if you're kind of comparing it to like the full armor unicorn, where it's not exactly full armor, it's more like full weapons. Whereas like the unicorn was not actually pretty much any more armored than usual, aside from one additional shield. You can pretty much say the same thing for this. This is sort of like a full armor Zaku, right? If you get what I'm saying. Anyway, let's move on. Great box art here once again. I love that not only do we have the suit here in red, but like the whole background is sort of like colored red as well. So it just kind of gives it that all over sort of red look there. Really emphasizes, it's very Char-esque, but again, this is not actually a Char mobile suit. If you've watched the Thunderbolt anime or read the manga, then you know that. If you haven't, I would highly recommend at least watching the anime. I haven't read the manga either, but just haven't had the time, to be honest. I'd love to if I get the chance. Let's go around to the side, and here you'll see that we have the same box right here once again. Again, no number for these kits, so there's not any particular order. But going here on the side, we can see here we have a very small CG image, but very large images here of the kit, what it's going to look like when it's all painted up, front and back. It's just loaded bazookas on there, and bazooka ammo, and machine guns, and heat hawks, and fuel tanks, and ammo, and these grenades, and all of that. It's crazy. So here we have the anime just logo and images there. And then on the other side, just a whole mess of information. One action shot here, a little bit about just the backpack and the legs. Really cool take on the high mobility type Zaku legs here. Slightly different design with additional verniers on there. All the stuff we're going to be getting with this, a lot of stuff there when it's all loaded up. Cool that we have the mechanical arms too to hold the Zaku machine gun like that. Very cool. And yeah, here is everything all laid out. I believe this is, maybe not, that is painted. But anyway, yeah, quite a lot of stuff there. So we have a list price of 2,700 yen. Obviously going to be a little bit more because we have a little bit more stuff in this box, if you couldn't tell. In the first bag, there's our very large sheet of foil stickers there, and a whole bunch of weapons. Like I said, I'm almost not looking forward to putting together all the weapons just because there's so many. There's a whole bunch of gold parts there. Also, not looking forward to all those tiny verniers. We've got like 60 on there. It's crazy. That's not literally 60, but quite a lot. There's the base as well. Here I can see there's fuel tank parts, other black parts, polycaps, joint parts, red armor parts, really cool shade of red. A few orange parts, really nice shade of orange as well. It's a pity there's only a few of those orange pieces. The energy cables, and last bag here is going to have more weapons, more black parts, and our marking stickers. We have quite a lot of those as well. Not it's comparable to like an Origins kit in terms of the marking stickers there. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at the manual. Kit looks really interesting when it's all painted up. Before I said I would maybe like a few more orange pieces. I don't know. Actually, to be honest, the orange accents aren't really that great. I think for the overall color scheme, I might actually change that up a bit whenever I get around to painting this kit. But again, really nice front image there on the manual. On the back, same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. And then here, the guide for all of the marking stickers. And then here at the bottom, our color guide as well. Opening it up, again, information there on the manga and anime. Here is just again more information on the Psycho Zaku itself. And we've got a couple of color pages there that we'll come back to. Let's skip ahead or skip to the beginning where we have, there we go, the parts list. There we can see, going to be using most of it. There's a couple X's here on the D and E runner, a few extra parts there. A few polycaps we're not going to use, a couple parts here on the I runner we're not going to use. But overall, not a whole lot of waste, it looks like. The construction, as you may imagine, is going to start off with the body and then move on to the body, the torso and waist, actually, and then move on to the backpack. So kind of interesting order there. Look at all those stickers on the backpack. And finishing up the backpack, then finally moving on to the head, then moving on to the arms, and then putting all the upper body together, including the backpack there, the main part of the backpack, I should say, before we add all the extra stuff onto it. Then moving on to the feet and legs, and all of that. That's going to take a few steps there as well. Then we're finally putting the whole body together, and then moving on to the fuel tanks, installing the fuel tanks, installing or making the base there. Then we're going to start on the weapons. Here we're going to be doing 3 of those bazookas. And coming back around here to the color pages, putting these bazookas onto the fuel tank, and then just pretty much just going to town with all this extra ammo and all this extra stuff that we're going to have. Putting that all on there, all on there. And here finally, this is interesting, which I'm kind of glad that they put this in here as an option, because I may not have thought of this, is that you can use the mechanical arms of this kit for the Zaku 2, which I was a little bit disappointed that the Zaku 2 didn't include these mechanical arms, so it's nice that you can use the ones from this kit on that kit, so that might actually be a good idea. So let's go ahead and get a look at some of these runners here. A lot of nice marking stickers here, but again, we'll not be using these, so if you want them, leave a comment down below. PC001 again, here for our polycap sheet, quite large. Runner A1 is half of our red armor pieces. It's in a really dark, rich red color. It's a very unique kind of color red. For the markings for these runners, as you can see here, it's all in kanji. But what I'm guessing that says, I can't be too sure because I can't read that, but what I'm guessing that says is Psycho Zaku, but it's 4 characters, which is quite long. So, oh, sorry, no, I'm sorry, that must be high mobility type Zaku. That's what it is, sorry, my mistake. Yep, high mobility type Zaku, TB Thunderbolt version. And then we have runner A2 to give us the rest of our dark red armor parts. Runner B1, very large runner here, all in black with parts for our fuel tanks there, obviously. Some parts for the chest, the hands, and the arms, feet, and all of that as well. Then we do also have a runner B2, which is going to be a copy of this section here. Runner C is just a small little orange runner here, parts for the upper arms, the chest, the waist, and the horn. Runner D is all of our joint parts here, those very unique unicorn joint parts. And like with the Origins kits, or maybe the Origins kits were like the Thunderbolt kits, because I believe the Thunderbolt kits were first. These are just marked as Zaku, that's all. They're not marked Zaku 1, Zaku 2, high mobility type Zaku, because these are the same joints that are going to be used for every version of the Thunderbolt Zaku. Then runner E1 and E2 are combined here, I'm guessing, yeah, again, just for making different versions of the Zaku, because these runners are also marked as just regular Zaku. Again here, just molded in a regular kind of gray color for just a bunch of weapons, and then parts there for the backpack as well. Runner F is our energy cable parts, and it's kind of hard to see on camera, I think, but this is in a very interesting shade of brown. It's a shade of brown that we really don't see very often at all. It's kind of darkish brown color. Runner G is our very large sheet. Runner G is our very large runner of molded gold parts here, mostly verniers. We do also have some ammunition for the weapons as well as the spikes for the shoulders, but the majority of this runner is going to be verniers. Looking forward to this. It was nice that on the Zaku with the big gun, a lot of the verniers for the big gun were originally in gold in the manga version, but they were changed to gray. I wish they would have done that for this kit too, changed the colors to just gray. But They didn't change up the color scheme of this kit quite as much, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter because you can always paint them, but I'm just not looking forward to all of the nub removal cleanup required for all these tiny little verniers. Runner H1 is back to black. I believe it looks like black. There are parts for the backpack, the mechanical arms for the backpack, and then obviously our base there. And then runner H2, just a much smaller piece there, just a few parts for the backpack again as well. And then this one piece, which I'm not really quite sure what that's for, but I'm guessing that's something to do with holding some weapons in the backpack. And finally, runner I is just a whole bunch of weapons. We do have a couple extra joint parts on there as well, but mostly all going to be weapons there. The bazookas, the giant bazooka, and we do have 2 of the I runner as well. So lots of weapons to build. So as you can see there, we have quite a full box, so that price tag of 2,700 yen I think is very well justified for this kit. All those weapons, that big kit, and we have the base as well. So all of that will add up to a really nice kit, I think. Going to be quite a lot of work. If you're not really into very tedious builds, then this kit is probably not going to be for you. But it is going to yield a pretty awesome result when it's done. I think a very attention-demanding piece for your shelf. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you again to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit. I'm very much looking forward to it. I really like this design. So I'll see you guys in the review. Of course, if you have any other questions or comments, leave those down below. Otherwise, bye-bye guys.